Here's some stuff I got at the store. You'll never guess what this is if you've never used it before. It's 9 feet wide by 150 feet long. What am I going to use this for? I've got an existing house. I'm not going to use all this, but I got this for a couple different reasons. You might want to stick around and find out what it is and what I'm going to use it for. See, here's the outside fire pit. And she wanted it covered. That way nothing leaks in here. I don't think anything's going to leak in here anyways, but she was concerned about it, especially if snow gets on here and we want to brush it off. I can just lay a piece on there, cut it long, fold it underneath here, tie it with that same wrap. And we can take these cushions in. I can wrap these chairs if I want. And this floor, this rug, this nice rug, I mean, it's designed to be on the outside, but it's going to get dirty with it raining and snowing on it, more than likely. And I was thinking about taking a piece and cutting it and putting it out over this floor, unrolling it, tilting this up, pushing it under there, tilting the other side, pushing it under there, and then set it on here. Granted, once I do that, we're not going to really use the outside deck much, and then my concern would be if it's on the floor and you walk out here and still want to use this area, let's say on a night where you just want to get out here and use the fire pit, we'd have to pull that plastic, that Tyvek paper off of here, and then we'd have to gingerly walk on this to make sure we didn't slip on this. So, you know, we could put it on here, or like I say, put it on the chairs, put it on this. You don't even have to put it on the floor if you don't want it. And then I can cut it and fold it over the tops of these if I don't want snow to get in here or rain. Granted, these containers, I ended up having to drill some holes in them. We had trees in them before, and the trees got kind of corroded, and I took them out, and I thought, hey, I'll clean this up, and I don't know where we're going to use these. Put these fake ones in here and tied them up against this little side deal. So I could wrap that with Tyvek if I wanted and leave it out here. I could wrap that one so it doesn't mess up all this other stuff. If I want, I can wrap it over that, take that in, whatever I want to do with that. So there's a couple different things. This was where she was going to put the Weber cover over this. $82 for the Weber cover. I just put one piece of Tyvek and call it good. Tie it down, and she said, I want it so that I can lift it off later. I can wrap it with that string, and then double wrap it, let's say, and then just tie a bow tie knot in it. Pull it off, roll it up, fold it up, roll it up, and put it. I just slip it underneath here if I want, you know, for storage. And then when we want it, pull it back out, put it back on there. Put it so that it's just the white bit and not the part that says Tyvek. Okay, so there's a couple different ideas. You can also use it for a painter's drop on the, you know, this long strip that I was showing you. And you can cut it longer and use it for, you know, tarps. If you got an area that needs to be tarped off, okay, the tarp, if you use it as a tarp, it's not going to have grommet holes in it. I mean, I guess you could put grommet holes in it if you wanted, and then use it as your tarp forever more. That stuff is just as strong as tarp material, if not stronger. So there's a few tips for you when using that Tyvek other than putting it on a wall. And speaking of walls, if you ask, hey, can you put it on the roof? Can you put it on a roof before you put your roofing material down? I would not suggest it because it's highly slippery. Okay, read the directions, look at the questions and answers on the internet, and if you have any other thoughts about it, talk to somebody who's installed the Tyvek before, but I've generally only seen it on walls. Now granted, most people are not going to cut this in the garage when they're installing this on the side of their house before they put stucco on or before they put siding on or anything like that. But this is an existing house, and I'm using this for other reasons, and that's why I've got it just out in the garage on the floor. Okay? And I thought, okay, how am I going to cut this by myself? And I made this like 80 inches, and I wanted to snap this with the chalk line. And I thought, how am I going to do that by myself? And I just took a chalk box, took my hammer, wrapped this around, and then I had a pencil mark down here. I could hold that exactly where the pencil mark was, pull this out like that all the way down, and then snap the line. And that's what I did. That was my little helper, the hammer. And it kind of slid on me a little bit. You could put a brick over the top of your hammer or whatever, and then snap your line. That way you get a nice straight line. I already did that, and I cut it over here, and I just used the scissors. I had some tin snips too, and I thought I'll just try the scissors, and let's just see how well it cuts with just the scissors. Okay? Because I don't want to just cut this willy-nilly, I thought I'll just make it straight. And I've got my chalk line here. Once you start it, now you can just slide it along there. Kind of like cutting Christmas paper with sharp scissors. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that all the way along there, and it's gonna give me a nice straight line. And I can use that other piece for something else, but for right now, I wanted my measurement 9 foot 2 by 80 inches. So that's my 80 inches, and this stuff is only 9 feet wide. I needed 9 foot 2, and I thought, okay, no problem. I'll roll it 9 foot 2 and cut it 80 inches. If I only needed 9 foot, obviously it's only 9 foot wide. And I'm gonna put that on my deck floor, and I'm gonna cut it, and I'll show you that in a minute. But Momi, she also wanted, in the winter, she wanted the gas fire pits on the deck. She wanted them covered with something. She went to the store and she bought a Weber cover, and that would fit nice, this particular size. And we have a Weber gas grill, but this thing is like $80. $80. You can put that over the gas fire pit. Forget it. I'm gonna wrap it with this, and I'm gonna leave it on there during the winter. I'm gonna cut it and have enough room to wrap it, and then I'll tie it with some string, with some twine that I got from Home Depot. And Home Depot, they give you that string at the end. If you go over to the construction area, the builders area, when you go out, they've got paper there, they've got red flags, and they also have this twine stuff. It's white and it's nylon stuff, and you can pull out as much as you want. You can pull some of that out and use that for your tie. And so I thought, I'm just going to use this Tyvek for that, and I cut 2 pieces out of this, and I have way more. This is a 150-foot roll, And if I bought 2 Weber covers and put those over the gas pits, the fire pits outside for the winter so it doesn't get rained on, so it doesn't get snowed on and all that kind of stuff, I've already spent $160. Plus tax is probably $165, over $165 for 2 Weber covers. Okay? I'm gonna have 2 covers over those gas fire pits, and I'm only gonna use 2 pieces of this Tyvek home wrap, and I'm gonna have all of this extra. I've got 150 feet to work with. I'll have 130 some odd feet left after cutting 2 pieces. Yeah, and it's white. And if you don't want the wording on one side, it's just plain old white on the back. Okay? And I'm going to use that. And I've got other uses for this that I'm going to use for outside, and I can use it for drops. I can use it for tarps, 9 foot wide, and however long of a tarp you want. Instead of buying a blue or a dark brown tarp at the hardware store, maybe you can use something like this if you don't need to have the little grommets to tie it down or something. Okay? Think about, I'm just thinking about different uses for this Tyvek home wrap, and I'm going to end up putting this on the deck, and I'll explain to you why I'm going to do that right now.